Hello there, and welcome to the Data Standards Body YouTube channel. In this video, we look at version 1.27.0 of the Consumer Data Standards. Version 1.27.0 was released on the 10th of October 2023. Changes included in version 1.27.0 focused on the outcomes of maintenance iteration 16 and errata captured via the holistic feedback and standard staging review. Let's review the changes together. For the energy sector, we had the following changes. Issue 611. This was on the clarification of energy product reference data obligations. This is a non-breaking change. As part of the response to the exposure draft rules for the non-bank lending sector, which included amends to facilitate access to energy product reference data, the clarification of the description of public base URI. This now reads that data holders designated for the energy sector are not required to expose energy product reference endpoints via their public base URI and are not required but may provide a redirect to the product reference endpoints hosted by the designated data holder. That wraps up our changes for the energy. Moving on to Schema. For Schema updates, we had issue 469. 469 requested we add isQueryParamUnsupported to MetaPaginated for Schema validation. This is a non-breaking change. To add the details for the isQueryParamUnsupported property, which was referenced in the get transactions for account endpoint parameters but not present in the associated schema. That wraps up changes for the schema area. Moving to non-functional requirements. Issue 605. 605 covered that metrics for the performance threshold, including secondary data holders. This is a non-breaking change. This change clarifies the performance expectations for primary and secondary data holders for the Get Metrics endpoints versions 3, 4, and 5. This aligns to the performance requirements where the response time is defined separately for data holders and secondary data holders. The new wording states, the percentage of calls within primary data holder performance thresholds. Note that secondary data holder performance must be excluded from this metric. And that wraps up changes for the non-functional requirements area. Moving down, we now have an impact on all sectors. This is issue 599. This was effectively the holistic feedback. This is errata collected during the 16th maintenance iteration. We won't cover all the changes here, but we do encourage you all to take a look through these as there are quite a few raised in the CDA implementation call, public forums, and via the CDA support portal. These changes include updating XV headers incorrectly added to APIs, typos in the descriptions, upstream standards references, and corrections to those. Please take the time to read issue 599. And finally, an important inclusion is the draft standards for the non-bank lending standards. While the rules have not been made at the time of this video being recorded, the Data Standards Body has published this draft to ascertain feedback and demonstrate what the standards could look like for the non-bank lending sector. Draft standards are a work in progress that are being developed with the intention of becoming a candidate or binding standard in the future. They are considered volatile and are not enforceable, and this means that they are subject to frequent change. If you'd like to find out more, please check out Noting Paper 308, the categories of standards, for more information on draft standards and the other different types of standards. And that wraps up version 1.27.0 of the Consumer Data Standards. We hope you found that useful and take time to check out the latest version. Catch you next time on the Data Standards Body YouTube channel. Bye for now.